Hi, I'm Joe Barakat, owner of Noble Life Group, one of the fastest growing insurance brokerage in America, licensed in over 43 states. If you own permanent life insurance, you have two buckets most people mix up: cash value and cash surrender value. Mixing them costs people money and taxes. Let us make this simple and usable in the next few minutes. Cash value keeps your policy alive and can help you while you're alive. Cash surrender value is what you get if you cancel the policy. Now that we have the headline clear, let us define each one in plain English. Cash surrender value is a check you receive when you cancel a permanent policy. The insurer pays your cash value minus surrender changes and minus any policy loans and loan interest. If you are thinking about quitting a policy, the next question is why and what you give up. People surrender when premiums feel heavy, when needs change, or when they want a lump sum. That can make sense at times, but every move has a trade. So let us cover the trade-offs before you pull the plug. When you cancel, you lose the death benefit. If the payout is more than you paid in, you may owe taxes on the gain. If your health has changed since you bought the policy, getting a new whole life policy may be tough. Guaranteed issue can be an option for some, but the benefits are different. Since surrender is final, let us look at options that keep protection intact. Before you cancel, consider this. There are other ways to access value: policy loans, withdrawals, using cash value to cover a few premiums in a pinch. These can help in hard times, but they're not set and forgot. If the value runs low, the policy can lapse. Because words matter, let us define cash value clearly. Cash value is the savings side inside permanent policies like whole life, universal life, index universal life, and variable designs. Each premium sends a portion into the account that grows tax deferred by interest, dividends, or market value. Every premium sends a portion into account that grows tax deferred by interest, dividends, or market performance, depending on the policy type. This is the pool you can access while the policy stays active. With that defined, let us talk about how to use it wisely. You can borrow from cash value through a policy loan. Loans are generally tax-free if the policy stays in force. If the policy lapses with a loan, the loan can become taxable. You can also take withdrawals. Some or all of withdrawal can be tax-free up to what you paid in. Withdrawals can reduce the death benefit. You can sometimes use cash value to pay premiums during a tight month. If you do it for too long, the policy can run out of fuel and lapse. Now let us stack the two side by side so the choice is obvious. Cash value is a living benefit. It keeps coverage intact. It is usually higher than surrender value because there are no surrender charges applied. It can reduce the death benefit if you pull the money out. Cash surrender value is an exit. It ends coverage. It is usually lower due to surrender charges and any loans. Taxes can apply if the payout is more than what you put in. With the concept set, let us do the math. There is no single formula for cash value growth because each policy type works differently and time matters. For surrender value, the math is clear. Surrender value equals cash value minus surrender charges minus outstanding loans and interest. Now, let us make that feel real with numbers. If your cash value is $25,000, your surrender charge is $2,000, and you owe $3,000 on a policy loan, your surrender value is $20,000. That is an actual check you would expect if you cancel today. Since numbers help you decide, let us answer the big question next. Use cash value when you want flexibility and you still need coverage. Loans or modest withdrawals can bridge emergencies or help in retirement. Watch the balance so the policy stays active. Consider surrender when you truly do not need the policy or the structure is wrong and the exit helps you build a better plan. Remember, surrender ends coverage and may trigger taxes. If you're on the fence, talk to an advisor who can model both outcomes. Now, let us speed run common questions so nothing is fuzzy. Can I get surrender value without canceling? No. The payout only comes with a full cancel. How long until cash value builds? It can take years before it's meaningful. What if I stop paying premiums? The policy may draw from cash value to keep itself alive. If it runs out, the policy can lapse. Is surrender value guaranteed? No. It changes with cash value. Surrender charges and any loans. Is surrender taxable? It can be if the check is more than what you paid in. Now that you're clear on what and why, this is how I help you use this without guessing. We start with a short onboarding call. I pull your force details to confirm cash value, surrender value loans, and charges. I shop the market with more than 40 carriers and show you options. If keeping the policy and using cash value makes sense, we structure it. If surrender is smarter, we plan the tax and build a new low-cost policy so there's no gap in protection. Be proactive. Having protection and not needing it is better than needing it and not having it. Call 248-915-4056 and I will map this out for you in writing today.